Live.
Hey, want us to call alal? Yawa Bashim, Yawa Shai Bashim, Yakakodash. About us to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers I'm in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the James Jamaica camp.
Kabosh.
Yeah, and look, Aki, we're in some exciting times, man. You know what I mean? You have governments basically shutting down, you know, countries based off coronavirus, and a whole slew of other events basically happening across the country, across the world, basically. You know what I mean? Fulfilling the prophecies, that the Lord spoke of um, years and back, you know what I mean? Bringing the word to life, man. You know, seeing the things that are manifesting now upon the earth. You know what I mean? So we're basically entering into the times of Jacob's trouble, man. You know what I mean? COVID-19, this COVID-19 scare is just a walk in the park to what is coming, man. You know what I mean? Because we have things such as race war, we have things such as famine, civil war, class war, you know, and the World War III.
Right.
You know what I mean? A financial collapse, all these things gearing up, you know, all these dominoes basically gearing up to fall.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna watch the trickle down effect from what's going on now. You know what I mean? Seeing the things that basically are gonna manifest out of all the changes we make since this COVID-19 come up.
Right.
And one of that change basically is the mindset of certain Jake, man, because over the years Jake basically believes, say, oh look, we can coexist with these nations, man. These nations are our friends. I have certain Jake start wake up to the idea, say, yo, certain people never really out for help with. You know what I mean? In Jamaica here, when you couldn't talk against China to certain people one time. You know what I mean? Oh, China come build up Jamaica for we. Nobody else never do it and them come help you out and we. Now, the talk is a whole different story now. Now that them see the Chinese dropping licks and man over there in China.
Gone.
You know what I mean? Everybody know want to kill a Chinese and for burn down a China building or rob the China man them. You know what I mean? So sure, say, oh look, Jake, start wake up to that fact, man. Say these nations is not with you. You know what I mean? And the one where you basically soon, the one basically where you soon realize, is the greatest lover where you have. And that's the so-called white man. Because he's the chief of all your enemies, man.
Gone.
You know what I mean? At some point, you have to go face him. You know what I mean? And just like we have to face the fact with the Chinese now, they go face the fact when they come out of the so-called white man.
Right.
Because I'm gonna move against you people worse than how the Chinese move against you, man. Show them true colors. The Chinese don't even never even hide them racism, man. We they pick it up all along from them there. But Jake like for us put things aside, because the way them people that deal with you know what I mean, when they go into them store and all that, they show you say, oh look, them people never did, you know, have no form of liking towards you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That precept.
Yeah.
Right. This is Jeremiah chapter 7, chapter 30, verse 5. It says, for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling
Gone.
and of fear and not of peace.
Gone.
Ask ye now and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins?
Hey, because what you people expecting, you expecting things to go back to normal, man.
Gone.
You expect, say, oh, COVID-19 will just pass and we'll go back to the life of what they lived before.
Normal to buy some call it.
Yeah. But guess what? What you see going on now, seeing, you're going to become a new norm for you people, man.
Right.
But
I thought that continue to get worse.
Yeah, this change basically, we see, get make, you know what I mean, from the way all things was before, you're not gonna ever see back the way all things was before, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna descend into darkness, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. Straight. Because you know what? The Lord prescribed that. That's what the Lord basically set up on the planet to happen, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and our faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble,
It is the
but he shall
time
be saved out of it.
of Jacob's trouble. And all the things them we mentioned earlier, seeing is a part of the whole destruction that will come up on Jacob, man. Famine, race war, you get caught in the middle of all that. You get caught in the middle of all of that. So we're about to see things go in at the second gear. And things are speed up. As a change gear, things speed up, man. You know what I mean? As a change gear, each gear you're going it accelerate until it accelerates to the momentum when everything crash, man. You know what I mean? So hey, so that's what coming, man.
Right. So Daniel 12 verse 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Time of trouble, man.
Right. And at that time shall thy people be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
And believe it or not, things gonna be directed on you niggers, man. You, Jake, things gonna be directed to you. Why? Because what the so-called white man is doing, seeing, you know, your master, your lover, is trying to set you up as the blame for everything. We go wrong. When he is the blame for everything we go wrong. You know what I mean? Seeing? And that's what he's doing now on a psychological level. He's trying to show you as the one who is the problem on the earth. You. That's what the so-called white man like for do. He like to put the blame on something else apart from him himself. You know what I mean? Hey, blame bird for bird flu. Blame the mosquito for this virus. Blame this, blame that. You know what I mean? When I him do all the bullshit, man. When I him basically engineering things in labs, you know, doing all type of shit. But guess what? Him is not to be blamed for nothing. He's like a nigga woman. Can't do nothing wrong. Never wrong. You know what I mean? Always innocent. That's the so-called white man for you, man. You know, that's the so-called white man for you. Blaming everything. And guess what? Everything that's going on now, the blame is gradually going to be deflected on you so-called Negroes, man. Jake in general, by the way. You know what I mean? Because there are no talks in for instance, there are no talks in China that look, you know what I mean? The cause of the coronavirus basically lingering is Negroes, man. You know what I mean? So you be banned from certain businesses or fast food places or certain places in China. They've been kicked out of their
We're getting to read the article. We want to go to the article first.
China.
All right, so this is from BBC.com. All right, so Africans in China, we face coronavirus discrimination, and this was on the 17th of April, so I believe Thursday.
And when you say Africans, some of the time it's misleading because the majority of people in China that this thing affect is most like Nigerian and Ghanaian. You know what I mean?
Israelites, yo.
Who are Israelites. A couple of Hamites may mix in, but the majority of people who basically over there in China is Nigerian, West Africans, which are Israelites, man. You know what I mean? Which are Israelites. So there's some black people know that basically throw off the whole thing. But hey, this is our people, man. Over there facing persecution from the so-called Chinese. You know? And go on.
All right. So this is they're giving different stories pretty much. You said a day, if that's how his name pronounced, was given until midnight to vacate his apartment. 5 months earlier, the Nigerian student had moved to Guangzhou, southern China, to study computing at the Guangdong University.
Hey, because that's what Nigerian do. Nigerian basically is a people basically them go all over go try to get them you know, education. You know, they're one of the main people in Africa who basically make use of ESA education, man. You know, Nigerian. You know, so you go find them anyway, them can learn something, you go find them anyway in the world. you know, in colleges or whatsoever, studying shit. You know? What?
Gone. Right. So he said he had just paid his university fees for the new semester when his landlord informed him that he needed to leave.
God.
He scrambled to pack his belongings. The police were waiting for him and his roommate outside. Right. When he attempted to drop off his bags at a friend's warehouse, he was prevented from entering. He spent several nights sleeping on the streets.
Right.
Look how they are treating us. How they forced us out of our houses and forced us to self-quarantine.
Right.
They told me that the test result is out and I am negative. Still, they don't want me to go out. Right. African community leaders in Guangzhou believe the vast majority of the city's African population have been forced into quarantine or are sleeping on the streets.
God.
Some are in hiding, said one community leader over an encrypted social media app.
God. Okay, because the information cannot come out of China just like that, man. You know what I mean? Because China basically for them thing has everything a secret over this. You know what I mean? So if we get them information here, trust me, the Lord have to work a miracle for this come out so you can see what's going on over there, man. You know what I mean? But differently from that, seeing you have stores, you have the other day I think a Burger King I put out an apology for not allowing so-called blacks to enter over there in China in their fast food chain, which basically wasn't even a bad thing. But hey, let's show you the level of discrimination that take place, and now you have a reaction to that this type of discrimination all over Nigeria. Now you have Chinese places being burnt.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have a video this morning where them basically destroying a Chinese factory over there in Nigeria.
Right.
You know what I mean? Police could have do shit.
You even have Jake in Jamaica.
Jake in Jamaica basically
countries.
planning to kill Chinese men.
Right.
You know, Vice not going around say, yo, them trying to rally against the Chinese here in Jamaica. You know, I don't know how much steam that I will pick up, but hey,
that's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning of what's going on. You know what I mean? But to show you, when it come on to crises, man, you know, Jake is gonna be blamed.
Right.
You know, when it come on to crises, Jake's gonna be some blame is gonna be placed on Jake, man. And I play a video giving an example.
Play a video.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to give you an example, how Jake is gonna be blamed for certain things, man. It's a video from
pandemic. Minorities most affected. In Chicago, 70% of COVID-19 deaths are Black. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, and today on WBEZ Chicago. So, in Chicago, 70% of COVID-19 deaths are Black. Why is this happening? Today we're going to talk about how the minority community is having an explosion of coronavirus cases to a disturbing degree. But before we begin this video, consider liking, subscribing, clicking the notification bell, and sharing the video if you find it informative or interesting. Now, how could this possibly be happening? How could it be that COVID-19 is impacting minority communities harder than any other? True. Even here on ProPublica, early data shows that African Americans have contracted and died of coronavirus at an alarming rate. Here they say, no, the coronavirus is not an equalizer. Black people are being infected and dying at higher rates. Never mind that everybody is dying from the virus. Minorities most affected. Here's what Milwaukee is doing about it and why governments need to start releasing data on the race of COVID-19 patients. So, apparently, it is wrong to track the sort of data, racial differences, but as soon as it affects minorities or women, all of a sudden people care. This video is going to show a minority neighborhood not following the coronavirus stay-at-home orders, ignoring the quarantine orders, and basically ignoring a lockdown. Even though the state government and the national government have said people should stay home during a pandemic, here's what they're doing. You heard that, folks? They don't care about the coronavirus. They are immune. How could this possibly end in disaster? Here on the Metro Times,
Hey,
black
that's
people make
Esau being sarcastic, man. You know what I mean? And as the video go further, basically, they're saying that people who do these things make it bad for everybody else, man. You know what I mean? So you can understand the avenue where they are coming from. They must say, yo, because Jake behave a certain way in this pandemic, it makes the virus linger. Not only it only make it linger, it basically I put them at risk. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, when it come on to a crisis, basically, the off the surface, it will look like the things that Jake do, seeing is some disaster shit to contribute to the whole chaotic thing. If there be a storm or any crisis where you have to get food, Jake be the one with looting. You know what I mean? There be the one least prepared. You know what I mean? So Esau looking at you like, oh, we have to get guns. That's when time shit go down. Niggas who fail to prepare, we got to shoot them asses, man. They are the threat. You know what I mean? In every type of situation we can come in, they are the threat. You know what I mean? That's the idea that is sown out there in the minds of every other nation, man. That you people, all you can do is fuckery. You know what I mean? And you're gonna cause everybody else to meet a bitter end.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the blame that's basically these nations gonna place on you. But guess what? You know what I mean? That's off the surface. But the same thing is, off the surface, it look sincerely. Say you people is a danger to everybody else. But it come down to this point, man. It come to this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? When niggas be doing the dumbest shit, you know what I mean? When it come on to a crisis, putting everybody else at risk. It come down to that. You can read
read the comment him.
Yeah.
Shalom to brother them coming on board first of all. Our first comment here, this is Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 10.
Gone.
It said, never trust thine enemy,
Gone.
for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Gone.
Right? And then we have another precept here, 2 Ezra 16 verse 40. Oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle.
Gone.
Right? And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Gone. See, so the time is coming now where Jake, you're gonna learn that, look, man, these nations basically is not for you, man.
Gone.
You're gonna learn that. And just to show the point, what I bring out, that look, the situations that Jake basically end up in, I don't know, that people can say, oh, look, them niggas, them are really a problem when they come out to them thing. You know, where if we go find something to do with them money. You know what I mean? The reason why people say that now is because it's all engineered by the so-called white man from start, man. See? He is the cause of the problem. Jake is shown as a problem now, but the cause of the problem, the root of the problem is the so-called white man, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look on it for real, Jake be doing stupid ass shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody say you can't even blame them people if they hate what them have, but and the underlying reason is the so-called white man, because Jake is doing what they're doing because of them social, economic status,
right?
And the conditions. Yes, that's what. All right. Let's read the article with the points on the article what I read earlier, brother.
All right.
See?
Okay.
2 point number read, yeah.
All right. So this is from CNN.com, and the title of the article is "Why Black Americans Are at a Higher Risk of Coronavirus," and it was posted on April 8th. So I'm gonna read a section of it. Just highlighted. Right. It said what's happening is black folks are getting infected more because they are exposed more.
God.
And once infected, they're dying more because they have their bodies, our bodies, have borne the burden of chronic disinvestment and active neglect of the community.
Okay. Why is this, man?
Right.
Why is all of this, man? As I said before, the social, economic status, you know what I mean? You know that when you come on to white supremacy, you know what I mean? Jake have less opportunities.
Right.
It's straight point blank. Less opportunities, man.
There are certain food.
Where basically
to our people more.
Target our communities basically is so-called white man pies in their asses. The reason why obesity is on the rise is because of the so-called white man distributing the things that don't cause obesity, man.
Yo, there is no coincidence why chronic diseases and non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and hypertension and obesity you see me, are more prevalent in the so-called black community,
God.
right? Is because of the socio-economic situation that was created for them.
Right.
You see me, the music what them listen to, social media what them follow. You see me, the food that them eat, the TV shows that them follow.
Jake
all these
invent
things.
none of these things, man.
You see me,
We don't invent these things. You know what I mean? So a nigger was created.
right? You can't.
You know what I
The
mean? A nigger was created. Now a
Nigger.
nigger are gonna be blamed
Right.
for putting everybody else at risk.
Can.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the narrative pointing towards now. Negroes putting everybody else at risk. And that's the narrative playing out in China. That's the narrative playing out in China, man.
Precept.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. One to him that giveth his neighbor drink,
Gone.
and putteth thy bottle to him,
Gone.
and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Gone.
Right. Which is what the so-called
That's what white man do. So
Right.
and so him justified himself, him justify to the world now, say yo, a nigger is nothing but a hazard. You know what I mean? You're an hazard right now.
Right.
So guess what? What the nation them can see happen to you people is to totally exterminate you, which is the problem, man. Which is so-called white man. He is the problem, man. But no, you is looking like the problem, man. And, and going into the crisis is that is coming. This is the type of mindset that people enter into the crisis that is coming of you, Negroes, man. And the thing is, people are saying it's not all Negroes is like this. But hey, guess what? They are gonna generalize, man. That's all they do it from a long time. You know? They have a stereotypical point of view when you come on to Jake, man. You know what I mean? I think how it's gonna, and guess what? In the time of crisis, all these colors that the people them have, they might show them true colors.
Right.
In that day, man.
Continue.
Yeah.
Right. So when I look at it, it is because of structural racism, right? Which puts us in the forward-facing jobs so that we are exposed and less valued and don't have the protection that we need.
Well,
we can't find what that is.
Well. Yeah. That's how it is, man. Your situation was engineered, man.
Right.
See? The brother look up structural racism. Yeah.
See, we can't find anything. Right? It's an article.
Yeah, the whole thing concerning our people was engineered, man. You know what I mean? And as we said before, you're gonna be blamed. You know what I mean? They're gonna protect themselves from you. You know, so all these guns you see in America, you see all these patriots buying up them guns, them Americans buying up them guns, basically, you know, buying up them food, prepping and all of that. Guess what? See, not only government them are gonna try to protect themselves from. You are gonna be one of the main ones. Them basically gonna protect themselves from, man. Because guess what? Them having in their mind say, oh, a Negro is the least prepared. And when the time of crisis, they are the one going looting, raiding other people's houses, so them gonna shoot you on sight. Remember Algiers Point in New Orleans when Katrina hit New Orleans, man. At Algiers Point, Negroes been shot just walking down the street trying to leave because them see you as looters and raiders. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you were shot at sight. Yeah, those days are coming back, man. Those days are coming back in a real. Basically, it took a bit 10-fold worse than what happened then. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go on.
So this is from AmericanProgress.org, right? And it's an article that was posted February 2018. It's a systematic inequality. How America's structural racism helped create the black-white wealth gap. Right? It's wealth, the measure of an individual's or family's net worth, financial net worth, provides all sorts of opportunities for American families. Wealth makes it easier for people to seamlessly transition between jobs, move to new neighborhoods, and respond in emergency situations. It allows parents to pay for help or help pay for their students' education and enables workers to build economic sustainability in retirement. Importantly, it is the most complete measure of a family's future economic well-being. Right?
So, hey, racism never ended, man.
Right.
It does become more complex. You know what I mean? Yeah, and become more covert in the eyes of the regular man.
Right.
Because the regular man can't see them thing here. Say, oh, look, there's a system we're built against you, man.
Can.
Yeah.
It's, go down further. It says several key factors exacerbate this vicious cycle of wealth inequality.
Yeah.
Black households, for example, have far less access to tax advantage forms of saving, due in part to a long history of employment discrimination and other discriminatory practices. A well-documented history of mortgage market discrimination means that blacks are significantly less likely to be homeowners than whites, which means they have less access to the savings and tax benefits that come with owning a home.
Right.
Persistent labor market discrimination and segregation also force blacks into fewer and less advantageous employment opportunities than their white counterparts. Thus, African Americans have less access to stable jobs, good wages, retirement benefits at work, all key drivers by which American families gain access to savings.
Yeah, so couple with all of this now, to Jake now, couple that with a crisis now.
Right.
Seeing what gonna be the reaction of Jake when a crisis happen? You know what I mean? And it's ABC to know how Jake can react in a crisis. You know what I mean? But looking on the surface of the situation taking place in a crisis, them just gonna blame you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because off the surface it look like a you. You know, you are the menace to society. Seeing? When them basically create that setting, man.
Our next precept.
Yeah.
All right, this is from GMS Redoxel Flame, Revelation 12 verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, right? Which accused them before our power day and night.
That's what the so-called white man do, man. The so-called white man is gonna make you look bad. Yeah? Accuse us day and night, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
This scripture says, "Oh, you become a degenerate plant." Man.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, because at the end of the day, we are the sons of Israel, man. You know, the sons of the Heavenly Father, Lord Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? We are royalty, man. But the state we're in now as a people, it's a shameful state. You know what I mean? It's a shameful state. Because the script as the nation and basically look at us and basically seeing our shame right now, man.
Right.
Yeah?
It's Jeremiah 2 verse 21. Yet had I planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. Oh, then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me. Right. I'll look up the word degenerate. Right. All right. So the Hebrew word is sawar. Right. Degenerate. All right. It say I'll just give the word. Let's look up the dictionary definition. It says having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. Right? And if you go down to the if you go down, show here, so but if you go down to the etymology of the word, right, it said that you're falling from ancestral quality, yo.
Yep.
You see me? You can know you're no longer of its kind, pretty much. Degeneratus, because generatus mean of its kind or genus. You're no longer of an Israelite, pretty much, yo.
Brother, hey, we can't even go among our own people without some shit popping off, man. If I look a party I keep one night, somebody end up get shot. You know what I mean? People get shot. Straight bullet. Lick all type of people all over the place. Niggas be driving down the block. Little youth get shot. Little baby get shot. You know what I mean? That's how a nigga basically right now. You know, if it's a recipe for disaster. Anywhere you go. All right, in a Portland, right, just have some little man here. You can't even go for them there. Some foolish is going into go for them there. You know what I mean? You have to avoid them. You know what I mean? Jake is a hazard, man. You know what I mean? So some of the things them where the nation them looking at off the surface, it would look like say it's the worst thing ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? As we have shown before, the so-called white man is the one who create that image of you, man. You know what I mean? Accusing you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is Lamentation 2 verse 15. Right. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Right.
They hiss and gnash the teeth.
The Chinese doing that now.
Right.
The so-called white man is saying that now. Yeah?
They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found it. We have seen it.
Yeah, you become the worst. You're worse. You do wickedest more than all the wicked, man.
Can.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so
what's going on with you right now. And now they're gonna make the case why they should get rid of you niggas.
mhm.
No, that's what they're doing now. They're making their cases to get rid of you niggas,
Right, and pretty much all
which
this.
gonna turn out into the race war that the scriptures
Yeah.
mentioned, because Jake that's gonna take this line down.
At the end of the day, it's just to fulfill prophecy.
Gone.
See, this is from the Atlantic.com, posted on April 14th, 2020-year prophecy. Stop blaming black people for dying of the coronavirus. I'm going to jump down to a particular section of the article. Right, it says, and Americans are blaming black people to explain the disparities in the mortality rate. Too many politicians and commentators are noting that black people have more underlying medical conditions, but crucially, they're not explaining why. Or they blame the choices made by black people or poverty or obesity, but not racism. Now, if you have diabetes, obesity, hypertension, then African Americans are going to have more of those receptors. The coronavirus likes to hit, says Senator Bill Cassidy. Now, as a physician, I would say we need to address the obesity epidemic, which disproportionately affects African Americans. That would lower the prevalence of diabetes and hypertension.
Who producing the foods and you know, things where people eat? You know what I mean? The so-called white man's through certain industries producing these things, man. You know what I mean? So the type of nutrients where people should basically be eating, you know what I mean? So-called white man don't package it and send that to you. You know what I mean? Him fully up on some things that basically not necessary for your body, or if you throw your body off balance, man. Because a lot of what your body need is basically to maintain a proper balance, man. And what the so-called white man basically throw out there for you is to disrupt the balance, different balances in your body, man. And that's why you get all different type of sickness and chronic diseases, man. You know what I mean? And then Jake have certain lifestyle where basically them do some nasty shit with parasite invade them body, man. You know what I mean? Inappropriate sexual behaviors, you know what I mean? Eating dumb shit, you know, like eating pork and shrimp and all them type of something there. Which basically the so-called white man give them liberty to do those things, man. You know what I mean? Because majority of Jake never go to the farm and go have a pig farming or down to sea basically catching lobster by the bulk. You know what I mean? You have major industries to do that, even though you have Jacob a little farming thing where you have one too big pan it and but hey, look, since the so-called white man let it be the norm to eat this nasty shit. You know what I mean?
I'm reading a little bit more in the article. Right, it says, then again, when it comes to black people, whenever Americans see a black individual acting in a self-destructive manner, they see black people acting in a self-destructive manner.
It's them generalize it, man.
Right. It said when Americans see a black individual not social distancing, they see black people not social distancing. Whenever Americans see a group of black individuals congregating at a party or at a funeral, they see black America congregating at a party or a funeral.
That's how they see it, man. Even me personally, I some see things too, because if me I go down the street, I see a man of another nation, you know what I mean, a time ago, you know, even now to me we still do that. If I see a man of another nation in the night on the street, see, me not really fear to pass. But if I see two Negroes on the street at night, I'm gonna go past them. First thing I come across a man, a nigga gonna try to rob me or do some dumb shit when they pass. That's how you see Jake, man. You know what I mean? Because Jake be doing them shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what say the nations? The nation must see you and them are gonna expect a certain thing from you. See, and them are gonna look upon you in general doing these things, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I appreciate.
Yeah, man. All right, this is St. John 10, verse 10. All right, it said, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. All right, I am come that they might have life and then they might have it more abundantly. Right. The so-called white man is a thief, yo.
Yeah, he's a big thief, man.
Right.
You know?
We can bring out this again. Never
Go on.
trust thine enemy.
Go on.
It's in Sirach 12 verse 10. For like as iron rusted, so is wickedness.
Go on.
Right. Sirach 36 verse 7. Right. It's a raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
Go on.
Right, which is so-called white man, yo.
Go on.
Right. Psalm 64 verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Go on.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Because these words, these rumors where they must spread out this narrative,
Right.
is them shooting at the perfect, yo. You see me?
Yeah.
Accusing the people of the most
Hey,
high.
the so-called white man is a strategy with so-called white man is across the board. If you want to go attack another nation,
Demonize.
him demonize that nation first.
Right.
Like if you want to run in on Iraq, Iran, Syria, you can see the propaganda ramping up now right, against Iran.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what he do. He basically use the media, you know, and him gradually feed you the narrative.
Right.
You know what I mean? So them people are some of the worst people ever.
I won't even take them out.
I won't even take them out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can.
And the same thing that is on a racial level, that's the same thing what him do. Him paint you in a bad light. So if be the case that there should be a depopulation plan on the earth, if be the case that people supposed to get quarantined for the safety of everybody else, as you are the ones that basically get taken from your houses and be quarantined. Because if a virus can be common among you because of the way you behave, you know what I mean? You put in, but basically what they're saying, you putting everybody else at risk. So you are the one that's supposed to get shut down.
Right,
that's the narrative. That's the narrative what they're trying to build, you know.
Right.
You know, and that's what's going on in China right now. They're basically blaming
the black community.
The black community for the lingering of the virus, man. Them even saying that I'm going to them bring it from Africa. That's how far it gone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So reading down a little bit, they say that many Americans generalize the behavior of black individuals, claiming black people are being infected and killed by the COVID-19 at higher rates because they are not taking the threat seriously are not social distancing appropriately should not be surprising. The message of social distancing doesn't seem to be hitting home, with people still playing basketball, having card parties, and hosting sleepovers, says Black Mayors. Right? I don't think our community is taking it as seriously as it should, said Lovely Warren, the mayor of Rochester, New York, and the second vice president of the African American Mayors Association. Instead, African Americans have taken a lackadaisical approach to social distancing, surmised Representative Mark Veazey of Fort Worth, Texas. A Cleveland nurse made it plain. Ignorance is causing us to have a rapid increase.
Right. You hear that? Ignorant is causing us to have a rapid increase. See, and so the reason why COVID-19 is lingering, according to them, is because Negroes being ignorant.
Right.
So you see all them just take it and just put the blame on you. You see them something that basically them claim originate over there in China now become a thing where a Negro basically is blamed. You know what I mean? For the lingering of a virus, man.
Lingering and it's spreading.
You ever see shit like this before, man? Yeah, go on, research.
Second is just 15. Start verse 16.
Right.
So for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Right now, what's going on in Nigeria right now? You know what I mean? The police can't stop the burning and the destruction of Chinese companies or Chinese businesses, man.
Right.
And this basically I got trickle down in some kind of people that follow other people. You know, cause me read the comment board and a Chinese factory basically will get burned this morning. I was reading the comment board and basically the people are saying we need to do it in a few region to. I'm gonna see if we can find the video. You know?
Let's read again. Second is just 15. I start verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw it nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
Yeah, and that's basically what's basically brewing up now. So you worrying about a coronavirus, you know what I mean? That's the least of your problems, man.
You see me? And then
your race war brewing right now.
Another reason why the race war I got kick off is because when food shortages come in, you see me?
Yeah.
Then Jake is generally seen as a set of people who don't prepare.
Yeah.
They don't stock up on foods, you see me? and supply. So therefore, what they are gonna expect Jake to be rioting because that's
Just
what
like
they do.
on, just like how them behaving nonchalant when it come on to the COVID thing, them not
Right.
prepare for nothing. Them must do the
Right.
dumb shit. You know, when it come on to food preparation, food security, Jake don't do that neither.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's Nigeria. The video here. It's on YouTube. You can find it. Nigeria. Burn down Chinese factories.
Let me see if we can find it. Yeah.
You know? So that's Jake for you. Hey, even in time of crisis, Jake be looting and Jake be looting some dumb shit, man. Jake be looting sneakers and TV and all them things, man. In a crisis. See, and I expect Jake to do that. Now, if it's supposed to be race, and it's supposed to be rioting take place now, the first thing Jake will go for is some Jordans, you know what I mean, and TV
When
and them
things
things.
go
Me
on,
see one riot take place in South America, and that's what the people in basically take out TV and them something there. You know?
All right, so this is Pan-African Real Estate Ghana. The video showing Nigerians burning down a Chinese factories are warning. So somebody coming and said, "Come alive, Africa! Stop allowing outsiders to decide our future. I want to see this happening everywhere in Ghana and the rest of Africa. China, they don't have respect for Africa. They should leave Africa immediately. The Chinese don't want African or black people in their country. Okay, you are no longer welcome in Africa. And I hope blacks in America stop supporting Chinese businesses as well. Right? Never been this proud of Africa. Chinese want to steal our land. We will not allow it. May God bless our ancestors. Bless Nigeria. See if we can find out more. China wants to enslave you.
Yeah, somebody saying what happened to South Africa, you know? Like, up. They want South Africa to do the same. South Africa, where are you?
Right.
Let us act, guys. You see? Hey, so there's the social media basically, and this can take off, man. The Lord can't let this take off. You know what I mean? We're you know, there's no Chinese safe anywhere out of China. You know what I mean? They have talks, basically Jamaican talking, mumbling, man. So you have them Chinese people here. Right now, Chinese better be on edge.
Right. He said the rest of the world needs to look at this and do the same. China needs to be repaid for what has done.
You see that? See that? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is just the beginning, man. Serious race war is coming, man. Serious race war. The scripture say you have a man of flee in their own country, man. You know what I mean? Right now, the airports are shut down, so someone can't flee away already.
Right.
Hey, but I'll come down to that, man. You know what I mean? Because the thing will get hectic out here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
This is Micah 4 verse 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hooves brass.
Right, the Lord is going to raise up Jake just to battle them nation, man. You know what I mean? A lot of you going to die. But hey, the scripture says Judah is a lion.
Married.
Go on.
Right. It says, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substances unto the Lord of the whole earth.
Beautifully. Yeah.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up.
Right. And in a time of crisis, Judah is going to wake up. You know what I mean? Going to wake up, not maybe to the truth of Yahushai, but, you know, the truth that this nation is not with you, man. Them not with you. Them hate your guts. You know? They're going to blame you for shit. And after them blame you for shit, they're going to move to you, and you're going to have to defend yourselves, man.
Right.
That's how it is.
Let's bring out a few precepts before this is some James, North Carolina 777, Matthew 24 verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right. Ezekiel 7 verse 25.
Hey, and as the brother bring out a precept there, right now, the division when it come on to family, we can see it especially out here in Jamaica when it come on to families. You know what I mean? Families ratting out other families, and some people get arrested because them move from St. Catherine go look for them loved one, and it is reported that St. Catherine under a total lockdown. So yeah, families ratting out, families calling the authority and them family. You know what I mean? Families that say, yo, you can't come over yard because you maybe care COVID come here and them thing there. You know what I mean? So you start to see the division among the people right now. You know what I mean? When they come out, everybody look for them own safety. And it not only upon this lower level, it happen upon a national level, man. Where people, when they come out to race, people basically are gonna start segregate themselves from you being your friends. In the time of crisis, man. Just like how your family basically segregating themselves right now. The Lord Yahweh said come to put us in not come to bring peace, but to bring a sword. You know what I mean? To bring that division, man, and that division is gonna be widespread. You know, all the way down to a national level, like a racial level. You know what I mean? The scripture says a friend cannot be known
in adversity.
In adversity till the time when shit gets sour, man. See it? What?
Micah 5 verse 7, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver.
Hey, you see how fast this thing escalate, brother? The thing escalate to a level where Chinese businesses is being burnt. The Lord can ramp that spirit up right now. You know what I mean? I know that if Jake in America start to try to burn Chinese businesses, then guess what? Seeing the police force in America and the same military is gonna try to stop you from doing that. Even though it's Chinese businesses, niggas be basically tearing down. You know what I mean? Well, you see how all these corporations work together, man. Then you will see. You know what I mean?
Verse 15, I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
See? Hey, look, man. Hey, the Lord have a work on this planet here, man. The Lord have a work on this planet here, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah? Ezekiel 7 verse 25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right? 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 3, for they shall say peace and safety. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, because people having saying, oh, hey, we're gonna open back. You know, we're gonna take away the shutdown. You know, Donald Trump be announcing that look, we're gonna take away the shutdown and them things. But hey, there are the factors leading in to different points of the crisis, man. You know what I mean? When they want to open up back, yes or no. Hey, the ass already gone through the gate, man.
Right.
You know? The peace now come back, man. You know what I mean? She's gonna be getting worse and worse as we go along. Yeah?
Right. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 8 to 9. For I have heard the reproach of Moab and the revelings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border.
Hey, this is what's going on now. Right. Hey? How beautiful the scriptures are, man. You know?
Showing that there's nothing new under the sun as well. There's this old enmity. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation.
Hey, ICBM is gonna fall in America, man. America, but what say Moab? You know, because all the America have ICBMs too, man. You know what I mean? And they're gonna fire ICBMs on America.
China have ICBMs.
Along with Russia, and guess what? America is gonna fire back on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hey, they're gonna be burnt. Just the same. You know, but hey, America gonna be a total barren place, man.
Right. Not just that, it say the residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts.
Hey, the Lord will teach a lesson here vividly. Yeah, the Lord is going to teach this lesson vividly. So what you're seeing taking place right now with Moab on the planet, yeah, it's all scriptural, man. It's all prophecies, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Matthew 10 verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right?
pretty much it that still.
Gone. What's the last thing right down my bottom here?
Read it already, man. Just read it.
Yeah.
Zephaniah 2 verse 9.
Gone. Yeah. And that's basically it, man. Hey, look up, brothers, man. Hey, redemption joy now, man. You know, there's a race war brewing on the planet.
Right.
You know, and it's only gonna turn downhill from here, man.
Right.
It's only gonna turn downhill. You know. So just keep pushing out what we can push out. For now, at least we have more once we have the chance to do so, man.
Gone.
You know. That nobody can say, oh, look, we never hear of these things. You know, everybody be out there saying that, look, we never hear about them things, nobody never want me. But hey, look, we're on the internet, we're on the highway and byway, nobody can have an excuse, man.
Gone.
You know, and we're gonna continue to do it all the way to the point where we can't do it no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let God be true and every man a liar.
All right. Wrapping up final precept, Amos 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Gone.
All right. Once it's Tawada, and shalom to the brother them on the elder them comment on comment board. It's me tune in, precept them. You know, shalom, brother. It was beautiful, a beautiful session.
Gone.
You know.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Bashim Ashai, Bashim Rakar Kodesh Barakatum.
Shalom.
Kalalali Awa Bashim Yawashai, Bashim Rakar Kodesh. Shalom.